Okay, I'm not the first person to talk about this, and probably a lot of your favorite YouTubers have already discussed this, but these are my thoughts in case you want to know. Hi, I'm T1J. Follow me on Twitter. And if you do happen to follow me on Twitter already, you've probably already seen me rant about this a little bit. So a little bit of background. Some time ago, maybe as far back as a year ago, YouTube secretly changed their policy about what kinds of videos could be monetized with ad revenue. Usually if you have a video on YouTube that gets flagged, like if you get a copyright strike or something, YouTube will send you an email that'll be like, hey, we took down your video, or hey, we disabled the monetization on your video, and we're notifying you of this just in case you want to look more into it. But with this new policy, there were no emails sent as far as I know. They quietly demonetized lots and lots of videos without really telling anybody. Maybe if you happen to be combing through your analytics, you may have noticed this, but there were no direct notifications. Until now, that is. YouTube finally made it clear to creators that they were demonetizing a lot of these videos. And hundreds, if not thousands of creators just suddenly realized that tons of their videos have been demonetized, in many cases for months. The reason that they were demonetized? Because they weren't advertiser friendly. Well, what makes something not advertiser friendly? Well, Google has a support page that describes it as sexually suggestive content, violence, inappropriate language, promotion of drugs, and controversial or sensitive subjects, as vague as that is. And you might be thinking, well, they're targeting trolls and people who make inflammatory content. But no, we've learned that educational videos, news videos, and even videos promoting self-care and charity have been flagged as not advertiser friendly. So anyone that thinks that this is about cutting down on trolls and harassers is mistaken. This is all about the advertisers. And let's be clear, ad-friendly content has always been a thing on YouTube. Advertisers don't want to be associated with certain types of content, which is understandable. So if your videos happen to be about raising awareness about heroin use, fucking Coca-Cola may not want their product to be associated with heroin. So those videos would likely not get as many ads or not get as high paying ads as other people. You would just only get the ads from companies that don't care as much about that. But certain advertisers not wanting to be associated with certain content is different than YouTube itself completely denying you the opportunity to make ad revenue at all because of the content of your videos. I think that second thing is a lot more concerning. Well, why is it bad? Well, first of all, most, if not all, of this content flagging is done by bots and algorithms, which is the annoying way that YouTube seems to handle everything. Creators don't get the benefit of the doubt. You're guilty until proven innocent. So if you put certain words like drugs or suicide in the title or tags of your video, or if those words are found in the captions of your video, it might be demonetized, regardless of whether any advertisers have reviewed your video to see if the content is something they're comfortable with. And just like with copyright claims, the creator has to be diligent and pay attention to their analytics, or you could be losing money for months. Secondly, limiting someone's revenue reduces their potential ability to spread their message. This is just common sense. More money equals more resources, more influence, more opportunity to grow, etc. I think most YouTubers understand that there are a lot of better ways to monetize videos than relying on ad revenue. But for most of us who have built even modest audiences, ad revenue is a not insignificant source of income. We all have access to brand deals and sponsorships and things like Patreon and other crowdfunding, but we no longer all have access to YouTube ad revenue. Some people literally have a revenue option unavailable to them, thereby reducing their potential income. Let's not mince words here. Intentionally or directly limiting the amount of revenue someone can make from their ideas is censorship, because it directly results in reducing the impact of those ideas. YouTube is basically letting advertisers dictate who gets the loudest voice on their platform. Imagine two news channels that both have 1 million subscribers or so, and they both take advantage of brand deals and merchandise and crowdfunding and all that. However, one of these channels routinely covers controversial stories that they find important and uses graphic clips in order to give context to those stories, while the other channel focuses on happy-go-lucky fluff stories. On YouTube, the fluffy channel will make more revenue and be more favored by the algorithm. It will gain more influence, it will grow faster, it will have a louder voice, despite arguably having less valuable content. Now, due to the nature of advertising, it's possible that this would have happened either way, but when YouTube directly encourages this to happen, that's where the problem lies. The other reason that this is a problem is that by denying ad revenue to certain types of content, YouTube is essentially discouraging people from making that kind of content. They are strongly implying, hey, we don't really want that kind of stuff on YouTube because it doesn't make us money. Or at least that's what it sounds like. And like I said, this is not just trolls that are being flagged. These are people from all walks of life with ideas across the political spectrum, making all kinds of different videos. A lot of people are saying creators are just complaining because they feel entitled to ad revenue and they feel like YouTube owes them something. But really, it's a lot bigger than that. YouTube hosts some of the best and most important conversations and entertainment available to humans today. And when YouTube dictates that certain content gets to have a louder voice because it's more ad friendly, that completely poisons the integrity of these conversations. And don't get me wrong, this is not the first offense. YouTube's algorithms have been encouraging certain types of content for a while now. A good analogy is the shift in YouTube's focus from views to watch time. If you didn't know, YouTube now cares a lot more how much time you spend watching videos than whether you watch videos. So more frequent videos, longer videos, and videos that encourage you to watch other videos are more favored by YouTube's algorithm. This change completely disenfranchises people who make shorter or infrequent videos. For example, it completely shook up the animation community on YouTube because animated videos are usually both short and infrequent because it takes a long time to produce these videos. And because of this, animated videos are less likely to be promoted or suggested by YouTube's algorithm. And this limits the growth of animation channels and reduces their ability to express their voice. So this ain't our first rodeo, but I do think that this is the boldest and most visible endorsement of ad-friendly content yet. And I want to go ahead and emphasize that this is 100% completely within YouTube's right as a business. I'm not making an argument that they don't have the right to do this. It's not about whether they have the right to do this. They do have the right to do this. This is about whether a business cares about preserving the integrity of the discourse that's happening on their platform. And a lot of people have been saying for a while, duh, of course they don't. It's a business. They just want to make money. But I've always tried to give YouTube the benefit of the doubt because they give creators mixed signals. Every now and then they put out something that's like, we do care about creators. Check out all these new features and this new support. And maybe YouTube is planning more support for creators down the line. Maybe they're going to roll out more ways for non-advertiser friendly content to thrive equally. But at the end of the day, it really seems to me that creators will always take a solid backseat to advertisers. And maybe I should have noticed that a long time ago. And keep in mind, I say this as a person who has had no videos flagged and who makes very, very little when it comes to ad revenue. It's not about wanting more money. It's about the principle of censorship not being okay. And if YouTube doesn't agree with that, that sucks on a lot of levels. That's just me though. Thank you for watching this video. Check out this video I made a year ago about YouTube and the problems with advertising. By encouraging you to watch another video, I am increasing my watch time, therefore making this video more appealing to YouTube's algorithm. I want to give a shout out to all of the new subscribers. How you doing? And remember, be honest, be assertive, be kind, and be open-minded. If you agree with that, can I see a Heiko in the comments? And subscribe if you like my hair. Thank you once again for watching my video. I want to give a big shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. All of this talk about ad revenue makes me really supportive of the people that have supported me on Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically a crowdfunding site where you can just put in a little tip every time I make a video. If you find any value in the videos that I make, or if you just want to support me, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. It would be vastly appreciated. But even if you can't, or if you don't want to, or if you don't feel like it, that's okay too. I just thank you for watching my videos.